Live, connect with streaming software. Going live. Are we live? Hey, we might be live. All right. G'day, Lawnies. How's it going? It's Matthew Dorm from Lawnporn. Get your lawn on. And we are live, I think. So if somebody could give me a quick message just to say that I'm live and let me know if you can hear me. You're on, Ben Harry. Thank you very, very much. And can everybody hear me okay? Just making sure of that. That would be good. Got 22 viewers already. Okay, that's great. All right, I'll just type in here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Question mark. Does that work? Yep, it's all good. All right. Okay. All right, that's delayed. That's interesting. All right. Okay, I can see everybody's chatting, everybody's questions. All right, thanks for putting up with me. I'm going to go off this screen because it's really off-putting. I'm seeing myself in a delay. Thanks for all the messages loud and clear. That's great. Sorry if I kept you waiting for a couple of minutes because, of course, YouTube has changed everything once again. And, yeah, I don't know if they are mucking around with me. Oh, geez, even this, even the chat thing is out of stream. Okay, I might go to this, except I can't see the chat. Oh, my God, tell me about it. All right, well, I might just go over back to, where is it? So, good old YouTube has changed everything once again. All right, well, at least I'll see the questions here. Hey, as you know, spring is a week away, and yeah, really looking forward to it. It's going to be fantastic. Winter is not a good time for warm season lawns, as you know, and if you want to check out the program, go to www.lawnpornonline.com or go to www.lawnporn.store, and you'll be able to find the program, the calendar and the program. It is a little bit of a hot mess, and I've decided to pack as much information in there as I could. I just want to help everybody as much as I can. Thanks to all those that bought the program over the last week. They paid $2 for the high-res version, and that will go to the school project that I'm doing at the moment. And basically the school project is me just helping out my schools for Nix and raising some money, and I'll be doing some stuff at a couple of schools now because the word's got out. So thank you very much for putting the word out. A couple of schools here at Port Augusta. And look, any businesses that want to give these schools some gear to look after their lawns and grounds, and for me to do a video on them, feel free to send it in. We'll do a video on whatever you got there. BA Group Australia, they made that sprayer that's been up on the page, and they've given me a nice little hat. I've got a nice collection of hats. So that is all appreciated if we could get those schools going with as much assistance as we can. And of course I'll document that and put my results up on the YouTube and the channel and everything else. Hopefully we can inspire a few others and to get into helping their community, and I'm sure a lot do, and they're a little bit underappreciated and probably unsupported. So eventually I think we're going to have too much gear to deal with, and we'll have to put that to other schools or community ovals or something like that. So keep your ears out and keep your hands up for any of that stuff. All right, so today's program is about the spring program. I'll take questions. At the moment on my screen, I'm looking at the spring program. It was about 3 months of very, very hard work. I designed it all up myself. I'm not a graphic designer, so there's lots of yelling and swearing at my computer. And I did a lot of late nights and a lot of pump to get it done. I've been having some computer issues lately. I definitely need a new computer, and basically just did as much as I can. Now, I did initially say that I was going to keep the high resolution version at $2, but what happened was that the low resolution version was what I was going to release on the page for free, and that still looks good and everything. The pictures are a little bit, not as sharp, but all the writing's there, and it actually prints up not too bad. Now, for some reason, this morning, I had a version that was 7.6 meg, and I had a version that was just over 25 meg, and the it looked a little bit better, and I wanted to get that onto the free one, and it was too big for the program. My website's in Wix, and it was just too big for the program. So a lot of yelling and swearing this morning when I was getting stuff ready and trying to make that happen. I just went, you know what, the high resolution version on the store can just be free as well. I just don't want people to miss out on the quality of it. So it's all free now. Look, if there was about 56 odd people that had downloaded the program and paid the $2. If any of those people feel like, you just released it for free anyway and I want my money back, and you've got your docket, willing to refund if you just want the free one. So, but if you want to just continue to help the school and that, that'd be appreciated. So anyway, I'll go in by page very quickly. The first page is obviously me back at Whyalla, and that's one of the better shots that's taken by my daughter Tiffany, big daughter. And the next page is just a little intro page, basically saying that spring is the start of the growing season. Most of you guys know that. And a little shot of our products, blah, blah, blah. The third page is probably the main page that most people will look at. I'll get around to releasing this just as a single page document. And it just is September, October, November, and September day 1, week 1, right through to week 4, and October and November the same. So there is, because of the way the calendar works, there is a week 5 in November, I think. So... and then we get into what I call the hot mess. And look, what I'm trying to do there is go through day by day what I will be doing. And you'll notice that I'm starting the season with 4 seasons. We usually, that's the way we sort of promote it and work it. But if you're following the winter program already, you won't need to do that because you'll have the fertilizer in like last week, this week, if you're a little bit behind like me. And you won't need to do that. See, if you do put down the 4 seasons now, the reason why we're doing that is, start of September, should I say. The reason that we're doing that is that it's to get everything growing again before we cut it down to 0 and do a renovation of Scarify or Lomo, Aerate and Top Dress. So... If you it is a little bit of a waste of product, so you might want to just fertilise by half, or you might not want to fertilise at all and not worry about it. So, the blue in the calendar there in September, all the blue squares is when I water, and you'll notice that on the 15th of September I've just called it my renovation day. And Scarify, Lomo, Aerate, Top Dress, and Treat for Pests. Acelepryn GR is a great new product. We might have something out called History by then. I'm not too hopeful of that one. And those rings that you can hear, by the way, that's people buying the program. So that's or merchandise, but I haven't made a sale of a shirt or anything today, so I'm guessing it's the program. And look, you'll notice that after the renovation day, there's lots of blue. There's a bit of watering. I go into I think about 3 examples of how your watering regime can look. It's very easy with irrigation, obviously, and if you're thinking about a new lawn, go that extra mile and do the irrigation. Don't skip on that part. You will love it. And pop-ups are my personal favourite. You might like the stuff that doesn't pop up, but I think you could land yourself into a bit of trouble there. But, it's just a personal preference. Speak to your irrigation supplier, Reese Irrigation, around Australia. They can help you. So, lots of watering in the 3rd week of September, obviously. And then we start fertilising foliarly, spraying. I'll just say spraying. I can't say foliarly. We start with the launch and the root builder, great repairing fertilizer, nice and balanced, and root builder will extend the root system. Then the next week, week 2 after the renovation, the watering starts getting less, and I explain all about that. And then at the 29th, and look, my dates might not match up with your dates, but you get the general idea. Once a week. Charger is coming out. I've got it called Charger Plus. It's actually not going to be called Charger Plus. It's just going to be called Charger, and that will be ready in time. So will Instagram, but we won't talk about that here because we really don't need it in this part of the program. I mean, you might choose to use it, but really, I'd prefer that you do a renovation and get stuck into it that way, and you won't need to use Instagram. Instagram is sort of a mid-autumn to late winter product, should you want to use it. So then the next one is October. You'll notice that the watering pattern goes into 1 deep watering a week. So for my system, it takes about an hour and a half, 25 mils of water is about an hour and a half on my system. It seems a lot, but my system is, lets it out little bit by little bit. Other sprinklers, there's millions of different sprinklers and, hose and sprinkler or whatever. You can measure it by just putting a couple of tuna cans, sort of spread them out evenly underneath your sprinkler. Put the water on. How long they take to fill up is about how long you've got to water. So now, you'll notice that I've also got my mowing recommendations in there. I go into cylinder mowing. Early on in the season, it's obviously nice and low for me, 5 mil. It's all coming up new, and I get stuck right into it. If you sort of like go through it, it sort of explains itself a bit, and then I've got about grooming in there, and if you've got cooch, grooming is a very, very good thing to do for maintaining a low height, because that will cut your lateral runners, which end up causing thatch, pull out a bit of thatch, and cause some more growing points at the top of your plant to thicken it up. And using that with plant growth regulator and obviously regular mowing, that will get you nice and low within your area. I call it the circle of the low mow. I've done a video about it. You'll notice I've got the picture of it a few times, and a little bit later on in the program I've got lots of links so that you can get there. Okay, so November, we start getting into green light. Of course, don't forget about your moists every month. There's all explanations about that. The blue ones are my deep watering once a week. If you get sort of a endish, hottish November, which can happen sometimes, you might want to do that deep watering twice a week. But why we do deep watering is we just want to conserve as much water as we can, get that water deep into the root zone, and that if it's deeper in the ground, so to speak, the grass ends up growing a bit longer with its roots to get that water, and water deeper in the soil profile doesn't evaporate as quick. So that's that's what we want. We don't want to be like watering every day and whatnot. So, but look, there's lots of information in there. I start going into about use of plant growth regulator, and I thought, sorry, I used plant growth regulator in October, don't I? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at my big chart. Yes, end of October is when I start using PGR at a very low level. Yes, where is that? All right, cool. So October. Oh, I was looking at September. That's why I couldn't find it. There you go. All right, so on the 23rd, that's when I first used my PGR. Okay, so PGR, plant growth regulator, we will have one out in that season, and there's ones like Primo Max and Astro, plenty of stuff out there. So, what was I talking about as well? In the November, my height starts going from very, very low. I start creeping up that little bit. Look, you can keep it really low, but it's going to be harder to look after, and I think the 5 mil up to a 7 mil difference, that extra 2 mil, you get some nice leaf blades and darker, and it's easier to stripe up as well. Look, obviously that's for my Tiff Tough cooch. I used to have Santa Ana cooch before. If you've got Kikuyu, obviously you're going to be in the, the 20 to odd mil sort of mark, 15 to 20 mil. Some people get it very low. Same thing with Buffalo, 30 to 35 mil. They can get it. Some people go lower than that. So it's really up to you. It's your choice. So then after the calendar, where it's all green, I've got the week by week explanations. Maybe I should have just used that when I was doing this video, and then to the right of that, you can actually click on those pictures and that'll take you to the videos that I've done, and hopefully a bit of inspiration. And on the second green page, which is the October week by week explanation, I've got the circle of the low-mow, and that'll click that. You'll go to that circle of the low-mow, mowing, grooming, plant growth regulator, and how it all works. The November week by week explanation, I just put the program to the right of that, like in the picture, because I had to make some compromises with the program in regards to size, and I was trying to fit things, in there and whatnot. Noticeably, at the end of November, and especially if you're following this program, you're gaining your knowledge and you're gaining your confidence, and you're learning from any mistakes that you make along the way. Week 5, I just sort of left it open to you guys. You basically will have an idea of how to use the products. If you want a deeper colour, you would use green light. If you want a bit more condition, you will use Launch, which has got kelp and phosphorus for the root zone. Add your root builder as you would, and that will also help your root zone. And our new product, Charger. Now that was the product that I thought was missing in the range, and it's basically something that will grow the leaf a bit quicker. It certainly is something that was sort of, I guess, missing from the program. You had the green light, which will not sort of really cause any surge growth. The Launch will repair from the roots up and cause a great condition to the plant. But just sometimes you want that surge in that leaf growth. So we've included Charger into that program. You certainly wouldn't go out, and that'll give you a nice green as well with the iron and everything, but you certainly wouldn't go out and just use Charger as your only fertilizer. So it works as a system. I mean, you could use Charger as your only fertilizer, but you're just going to have produce leaf growth, which is what some people like, but you're going to be cutting it constantly, and there's just much more effective way to manage your growth, especially when it comes up to summer and it's just growing very, very quickly, which causes, which is good, but it also causes its issues as well. So next section, which is the black section, tips and info. I've got tips and guides all down the right-hand side again. You just hover over those, press them. It'll take you to different videos. It'll also take you to www.lawnpornonline.com into the programs and tips section. Beautiful. And I've also got the good old spring reno video, which is our biggest video. It's about 63,000 views now. Just clicked over 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you very much. And if you subscribe today, thank you very much. Give this video a thumbs up. And look, I'll go into about soil a bit. I figured we probably need some information about that. Soil pH and the usual pests, weeds, mowing, fungus. So I went down to the buffalo section. If you've got buffalo, you can't just mow it to the ground like you can with cooch kikuyu. It doesn't have rhizomes. It only has stolons, which means it spreads above the ground. So you have to be very careful with buffalo not to mow it too low. You want some of that green leaf showing, and that's probably my pet hate with buffalo. But I'll be doing my mates starting from next weekend, I reckon. Or not next weekend. I'm going to be in Perth next weekend for a promotion, but I can't say too much about that right now for Father's Day promotion. With buffalo, you've got to thin it out, cut your runners, leave some green leaf, go lower over a couple of weeks, and then do your aerate top dress, and but making sure that you leave some green leaf showing, because it's important that it gets the sun. That's how it works. So I'll go into that, and I've got a bit of an example of a renovation program for spring for buffalo right at the bottom. I've got a bit of a summary of each month, hopefully inspiring some confidence in what you're doing, and just saying that our seasonal guide is free, please don't. I had businesses last year. One business was charging $50 printing out my season guide, and then I got somebody very angry at me about it, and I didn't know anything about it. So, but we fixed that up pretty quickly, and it's just probably that business trying to be a little bit cheeky. Now I've gone into a lot of turf suppliers, irrigation, power equipment suppliers, garden landscape people that we sort of notice quite a bit, and then provided all links down the bottom of that page. Is the Lawnporn stockists. Thank you very much for people getting the calendar. We've also got and if you want the calendar, it's free. Go to www.lawnporn.store, totally free. And then I've done a bit of copy and paste myself from Amgro. That's their little sheet that they give out to their suppliers with a little bit of information about what each product does. Then I've popped stockists there, and it's just people that I notice and people that chat to me quite a bit. Look, I don't charge anything for advertising your business on this. This program has been downloaded about 300,000 times over the last year and a bit that I've been doing it. So if you're a business and you want to be on that, be good to Lawnporn, be good to your customers, get active on social media, and hey, we'll put you in there if I notice you. If I've missed anybody that I've had a lot of interaction with, look, I'm sorry, I was just under the pump this whole time. And the very, very last page, we've got a quick reference guide, which again I've nabbed from Amgro, and I've just repeated the September, October, November regime. A picture of Sam Zazzolo's lawn there, WA. Get your Sam hands going, and have a picture of your hand with your lawn. That sounds so weird. And coming soon Instagram. So that should be happening, and some personal thanks. All right, so I'll go back to the live stream page and see if I can see any questions and whatnot, and see, 37 people haven't left me yet. All right, we'll stick around for a little while longer because I will be doing a draw, so someone can win all the Lawnporn products. I'll make that nice and easy for you. All right, just let me have a look at some of these questions. Okay. Is that your program on your site, Brendan Craig? I believe so. Thanks, Benjo. Popped it on there. Hey, Dormy. How you going, mate? Zonts. My man, Zonts. I'm going good. Like you, fella. Excited for the program. Doing my renovation on the 14th of September. Love your work, Ethan. Yep, that's awesome. If you're in a really, really cold area, I don't know where you are, mate, but if you're in a really cold area, as per the program, you might want to leave it a couple more months. Look, I've done mine sometimes just before spring, and I've been all right. But I'm in South Australia; it tends to be a little bit, warmer. I could leave a renovation till October, but I want that early growth and repair. I think it's important. So, but if you're like in Tasmania, so to speak, and you got warm season grass, you might want to leave it till October. Just an example, anyway. Okay. Well, one thing I will say, PGR is so costly. Yeah, it is, but there will be a cheaper version out, and a smaller bottle, is what I'm told. So we'll see that. I mean, and you don't have to use a heck of a lot of it, and that's the thing. Like you buy a litre bottle and it'll last you 10 years if you've got a small yard. Look, there are some people that will buy a bottle and share it out to their mates. You really shouldn't do that, but look, who's checking? I can't stop it. No one's going to stop it, but I'm not endorsing that, by the way. We just, it's obvious that it happens, and I hope I haven't put any thoughts in your head to do anything illegal. Come September, go outside, mow the lawn, job done. Okay, well, hey, if you want it easy like that, Campbell, sweet. If that's your thing, that's your thing. If that makes you happy. Ethan, you're at Gold Coast. Well, you could renovate now if you really wanted to. Pretty much. 10 days of winter in Queensland. Leah Cliffo. With 3,000 plus square metres and in drought with water restrictions, what's the best starting point? Look, I would do a small area that I would look after if you're on the water restrictions. 3,000 square metres is a big whack, and depending on your water restrictions. I will say this, that there's going to be a lot of sales of soil wetter, especially in New South Wales. Stockists are already grabbing that, simply because of the water restrictions. It will help you conserve your water and get a better result. Look, I don't know exactly what the water restrictions are going to say in the area, so look, I don't know. If you're not allowed to water for a couple of months, look, certainly get your soil wetter down. That will last you a month, but it won't totally save you, so to speak. So it's a bit of a but it will, using soil wetter is definitely going to get you further, so to speak. You just can't put soil wetter down and wet it in well and go, for a month I don't have to water it now, or you can't water it now because of the water restrictions. It's not really going to work that way. So anyway, Ben Harry's put down some Four Seasons, warming up in Brisbane and starting his reno in a couple of weeks. when is the best time to lay irrigation? Best time to lay irrigation is definitely before it starts growing again. Just before it starts growing again. You're going to obviously cut. You're going to cut your sod, so to speak, for your trenches, and you want them to repair. So basically, any time from now right through till mid-February sort of thing to put your irrigation in would be the best bit. Look, you can put it in any time. When I first did it at Whyalla, that was late March, and I didn't get a repair, and that was just the way it was. It was offered to me at that time, so I did it, and basically that was that one. All right. I don't think I've got any more questions, which is good. Look, I'll leave it nice and quick then. I've been putting that program together for the last 3 months. I hope you really like it. I will, and as always, you can flick Lawnporn a private message if you've got questions, but definitely have a look at www.lawnpornonline.com for all the information. It's all there, and I think I just think that a lot of fertilizer companies or whatever, they just don't have the info, and everybody's getting more into lawns because of Lawnporn and other sites, and no one cared about cylinder mowers 3 years ago. I came along, and I think I definitely played my part in boosting the scene, and everybody's gone crazy for Scott Bonners. Oh, can't go yet. I really felt bad then. I felt like I'd missed something, and I have. We've got to give away. We've got to give away a whole bunch of Lawnporn stuff. So it'll be one each of the 1 litre Lawnporn stuff, and 1 4 seasons to the person who answers this one correctly. So, have I got 35 viewers? All right. Okay. How am I going to do this? I'm going to write down a number between. I'm going to write down a number. I'm going to tear it up. I'm not going to tear it up. I'm going to fold it up and put it in a cup. And I'll write down this number again so I don't forget it, because my memory's crap. All right. Now, the rules of this is you're going to have to guess a number and type it on the chat. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for that comment. Great to see someone putting a lot of their time and effort into helping others. Oh, mate, I try. You don't have to run out and buy Lawnporn fertilizer if you don't want to. It's not about that. Anyway, getting back to the prize. Yes, any number between 1 and 100, go. It's the first one I see. Don't have fights about, I got it before. It's the first one I see. So any number between 1 and 100. I've got it in this cup. You hear that? There's something in there. So the first one to guess the right number that I see will win the prize. All right. Go. There are some people. And you can enter more than once. I haven't seen the number yet. I'm not going to give you any clues. There's only 100. So 2 people had the same number there. That was cool. All right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. No clues. Between 1 and 100. First one I see. Everybody's smashing it. Number between 1 and 100. Sorry if I'm not looking at that camera. I don't actually look at the camera much, do I? Ooh, Andrew's close. Keep going. Keep going. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. Keep going. Oh, now it's coming through. Oh, look at that go. It's going so fast up the screen. Oh, close. Wow, that really jumped. All right. I haven't seen it yet. Keep going. Oh, man, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Oh, terrible. I'll just say that 99 is close. That 97. Benjo O. 97. Benjo O. 97. And just to prove it. Magic. 97. So, Benjo O is the winner. So it's one green light, one root builder, one launch, one moist, and a 4S. Sometimes 4S. Terrible writing. All right, no worries. Hey, look, everybody. Thank you for entering and watching the promo. Benjo O, you beauty, he now knows. Benjo O, if you send Lawnporn a PM on Facebook or email matt@lawnpornonline.com or what else is there? No, that's pretty good. You've won one green light, one root builder, one launch, one moist, won 4 seasons. And yeah, I hope that will really assist with your spring season. Hey, thanks everybody. There's a couple of things that are in the mix with Lawnporn. We've got some people wanting to organise promos with us, so that's coming along nicely. So there'll be some reviews. I've still got to do some reviews of the Bushranger stuff as well, so I'll be getting into that. I've been trying to do a review of the BA sprayer. It's absolutely been windy as hell this weekend. Sorry, Daniel, but I will get to that. I'll still pump that on the page and everything like that. Just a fantastic thing to give for the school project. It's great. Look, I hope you've had a good weekend. Winter is almost over. Thank goodness. Bring on spring. And thanks for supporting Lawnporn. And thanks for sharing your time with me today. I really appreciate it. Get your lawn on. See you later.